Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something really useful, how to use simple, everyday English in real-life situations. This is all about building your confidence, one conversation at a time. So, let's jump right in.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a shop or a cafe and you kind of freeze? You know the words are in there somewhere, but you're just not sure what to say? Or maybe you wanted to chat with someone, but starting the conversation felt tricky. If that sounds like you, don't worry, you are in the right place.
Here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll look at the everyday challenge. Then, we'll get into some super practical phrases for shops and cafes. After that, we'll cover how to talk with friends, how to make English a real habit, and finally, how all this leads you down the path to confidence.
To help us out, let's meet our guide for today, Tom. He's decided he wants to get better at English, not just by studying books, but by actually getting out there and using it. We're going to follow his journey.
You see, this decision that Tom makes is the most important step. He's taking what he's learned and putting it into practice in the real world. So let's follow him around and see how these small, simple interactions really help him grow.
Okay, so where does Tom start? Let's watch him in action. We're going to start in places you go all the time, shops and cafes, and we'll see how a few simple phrases can work wonders. All right, so picture this. Tom walks into a clothing store. He's not just looking around, he's getting ready to actually talk to someone. This is his first real test of the day.
Now look at how simple and effective this is. He starts with a polite "excuse me," which is perfect for getting someone's attention. Then he asks a very clear question. It's really the perfect way to start.
After trying it on, Tom uses another great little phrase. First, he says what he thinks. I like this shirt. And then he asks a direct question. See? It's simple, it's clear, and it gets the job done. You really don't need big, complicated sentences.
So, with his new shirt bought, Tom's feeling a little hungry. He heads over to a cafe nearby. This is another fantastic, low-pressure place to practice those speaking skills.
This right here is a perfect example of how to order politely. Instead of saying, I want, which can sound a little demanding, Tom uses I would like. It's just a bit softer, more respectful. And of course, ending with please makes all the difference in the world.
So if we look back at what Tom did, we see these three little words pop up again and again. Please, thank you, and excuse me. Honestly, you can think of them as the magic keys to a friendly conversation. They show respect, and they just make people happy to help you.
Okay, so Tom has handled shopping and ordering food like a pro. Now he bumps into a friend. This is where we shift from just getting things done to actually having a nice social conversation. This is probably the #1 conversation starter in English, right? One person asks, "Hello, how are you today?" The other gives a simple reply, and then, this is important, asks the question right back. It's like a little dance that keeps the conversation moving forward.
So, after the how are you, what comes next? How do you keep it going? Well, you can share a little detail about your day, just like Tom does here. He mentions his new shirt, and his friend gives him a nice compliment. Sharing something small and giving compliments, those are fantastic ways to build a friendly chat. So we've seen Tom do really well in a few situations. But how does he keep getting better? Well, the real secret is turning practice into a daily habit. This is where the magic really happens. So, Tom builds himself a simple little daily routine. Every day, he reads a bit to find new words, he writes a few sentences to practice, he listens to something to get used to the sound of English, and, this one's super important, he actually says the sentences out loud. This helps so much with pronunciation and confidence.
The big takeaway here is consistency. It's not about studying for hours and hours once a week. It's about doing a little bit every single day. That's how English starts to feel natural and comfortable.
Now, let's talk about the payoff for all this practice, because it's really about that amazing feeling you get when you start to see yourself improving. It's a journey, really, from feeling nervous to feeling genuinely proud.
With every little conversation he has, Tom feels a real sense of accomplishment. He's not just learning English anymore, he's using it. And that feeling of success, well, that's what keeps him going.
This is the big realization Tom has, and it's really the main point of our whole chat today. The more you use English in real life, the better you get. And the better you get, the more confident you feel. It's this amazing upward spiral.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. Just like Tom, you can take one small step today. Think about it. What is one simple thing you could do? Maybe you'll order your next coffee in English, or just say a simple hello to someone. What English will you practice today? Your journey to confidence really does start with just a single word.